Hey everyone, how you doing? Thought I would do a quick video on how do you rocket launch your business through our Spoil Yourself promo and sampling. And I thought I'd just do a quick little video of how we do our samples. So you'll just see my hands waving around from now on. I'll see you soon. So I have a couple of things here set up. I've got the 5 oils that we sample here: lavender, balance, peppermint, wild orange, and lemon. And I'm going to show you how we can sample those and create the samples pretty quickly. I've got some vials here, which we got from everyday-miracle.com. We've also got the ice blue samples as well. You get these from the US. So if you don't do any US orders, or you don't want to pay the $14 US for shipping, then you can make up your own samples. Some people have done the ice blue and then just done a squirt in some of these little satchel bags, or there's also these tubs as well that you can get from the dollar shop. But just be aware with these, you might have to pay extra for shipping or postage costs, because it's determined on whether or not it can actually fit in a letterbox. Some other things that are obviously essential are your envelopes. We buy our stamps in a pack like that. They require 2 $1 stamps to get this sample pack out to your people. You're going to need a roll of sticky tape, some scissors, and of course a stapler as well. The 2 things that we also include with our little sample pack is our 15 essential oils you need and why, and I fold that into 3 so that fits into an envelope. The way I do that is just from the back, fold it just under number 2 for frankincense, fold it over, and that fits perfectly into an envelope. We also have our 3 by info sheet PDF that I will include the link on this video, where it just provides information about the Spoil promo to the people that you're inviting and the samples. And obviously you definitely want to put in your contact details down the bottom here. So with Adobe Reader you can populate that before you print it, and saves you having to write it out on each of the samples that you're sending out to people. So I'll put that aside for now. It ends up like this, is what you want to send and put in the envelope when you're sending it out to people. We have the luxury of a guillotine, but if you don't, then it's snip, snip, snip times by 2 to put that A4 sheet in landscape into little slips like that, 3 slips. But I'm going to take you through quickly how to put this together. Also, a note with your envelopes: write the recipient's name on the envelope before you put the stuff in. It gets kind of difficult to watch. It gets difficult to write on the envelope after you put your stuff in there. So you can also use pipettes. So this is one way that you can create the samples. We've used pipettes, and we've also just dropped them in. So I'm going to do a combination of the 2. Just remember, if you are using pipettes, that you have a pipette for each oil that you're sampling. So I've got balance and lavender here. The oils are different thicknesses. Balance may be quicker to use the pipette, whereas other oils like the wild orange and the lemon, it may be quicker not to worry about the pipette and just drop them straight in. We put in at between 20 to 30 drops, so that's 1 mil. 20 drops is 1 mil, and that's plenty for people to be able to sample the oils. So if you're going to use a pipette, all you do is you dip it into the oil, and you want no more than 1 mil, and then you just squeeze it in like so. So if you're going to do those 3 bottles there, so you've got a little bit of a conveyor belt type production line happening here, and you just squirt them in. So that's one way you can do it. And then I'm just going to show you balance. Squirt it in. After a while you get the amount that you need to squeeze the pipette perfectly. And obviously you can do this on a bigger scale as well. So when we were shooting for Blue Diamond in November last year and doing the spoil promo, we had huge amounts of these oils. I've done just on a smaller scale here. So this is a fresh bottle of peppermint, and I'm just showing you here how it would be if you were dropping them in. So like I said, no more than 30 drops at absolute maximum, 20 drops is heaps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you guys get the idea of how we can have a bit of a production line. I haven't actually done anything that this is something that I've prepared earlier, so I'm putting together a full pack to demonstrate. That's a freshie. And as you can see, wild orange and lemon, they drop out pretty quick. And if I show you how much I've got in these little sample vials that I take, or we get from Everyday Miracle, it's just over the halfway mark, so it doesn't need to be boiling over the top. It's a bit hard to see when you're on an angle like that. But once we got the oil in there, we just get the little dropper. Sometimes they're a little slippery. Pop that on. And I go through and I just pop that on in bigger lots, but because we're just doing a demonstration of one of these mail outs that we'll be sending to somebody, I'm just gonna do one set of 5 oils. And you'll see that I've got these labels here. These are from Aroma Tools. So you can just use the sheets that you can get from doTERRA. They're $1, but you may not have all of the oils that you need on that sheet, and some might go to waste. So I'll just finish off this little sample here. And we've got all of our 5 oils, and I just get one of these bubble sheets that you can get from the post office or Big Dub, and I just cut it into small squares like so, and then I just get these 5 oils, I lay them in that little bubble wrap there, and then just wrap them up like so. Get my sticky tape, put a little bit of sticky tape. I also do the sides, and that's exactly the reason why I do the sides as well, is because they do slip out the side. Make sure the lids go on properly too when you're putting the sample vials together. So I've got my samples all nicely wrapped up there. I get my 15 essential oils you need and why. I've written the address on the envelope before I put the stuff in. I've pre-filled out my details and contact number on the Spoil Yourself slip that I'm entering, putting in and popping into here, making sure I'm qualifying people and adding people into that Facebook group, which I've got the actual address on now on this slip. So that's a new addition and change that we've made. Pop that in, grab the samples, and I simply slide that in as well. Don't forget the ice blue, remember that one. And I was just getting the call then, so hopefully that finished, and there's your sample ready to get posted out to one lucky person who's gonna be spoilt. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. See ya.